21% of people have never done this on vacation. Is it go on a cruise, ride a train, or go camping? A soldier was patiently waiting for Laura's flower shop to open at 7 a.m. And the reason why, it might make you smile. A quick way to wake up, no coffee required. And he's a famous personal trainer and motivational speaker. And he talks to people way richer than we would ever even have a chance to be in the same orbit with. And they all say the same thing to him, which is kind of interesting. That's coming up on The Good News Show with Andy, where I'm all about putting a smile on your face and hope in your heart.
The Good News Show with Andy.
The number of the day is...
You either get it and love it, or you say, no way, it's not for me. 21% of people say, I have never gone camping. And as someone who's camped a whole bunch, there are times where it feels like everything goes wrong, but even in those moments, memories are made. I remember when I was a kid, went camping, horrible mosquitoes, and we tried to fish and we didn't catch anything. But every moment of that was enjoyed together as a family. Yeah, we might have been miserable, but we were miserable together. I don't feel like I'm selling camping very well here. Either you love it or you say, Andy, there's no way I'd do it, because I've heard the horror stories of what happens when you try to go camping.
My son had a funny incident. He was around 8 years old, and I finally had talked him into going away to a Christian camp. And he was like, no, Mom, I just don't know if I want to do that. There's stuff out there. And he was kind of a nervous child. He goes for a week. He comes off the bus, and I find out during his stay, a tornado hit there, and lightning hit one of the cabins, and it started on fire. And there was a herd of spiders that crawled out of the drain. And I said, well, you are going to have some fantastic stories to tell someone about camp. Everybody else just goes to camp. He goes, Mom, you're right. It was a great week. But everything I told him that wouldn't happen did.
And he loved it anyway. It's good to make memories this summer. The memories aren't always of good things, but that doesn't make it a bad memory. We were fishing, and my 9-year-old son Ezra caught one on the first cast, even though it was about the smallest one you could ever see. I don't know how it actually latched onto the hook. He was over the moon. Then he casts again and catches another one right away. And this one was a bit bigger. We get the picture with him holding it. He's all grins. And then as I'm trying to take the hook out, I start to struggle. The hook was deep. The fish was thrashing around, and then it goes limp. My son immediately knows that something is wrong. Dad, can we take it to the vet? No, buddy. I don't think there's anything we can do. He went from ecstatic to empty in just a minute. But I don't think he'll ever forget that next moment, even though it was sad. His parents wrapping their arms around him and explaining that sometimes sad things happen. We may never understand why. But we can trust God to help us get through it.
I hope this story makes you smile today.
Laura was surprised to see a uniformed Army soldier standing out front her flower shop at 7 a.m., patiently waiting for it to open. He was on his way to the airport to go overseas for a year. He placed an order for 52 bouquets and told Laura, I usually bring home a bouquet of flowers for my wife every Friday, and I don't want to let her down when I'm away. So now she gets one for each week until he returns. And it looks like you've got a text from God. When my spirit fills you, this is what grows: love, joy, peace, patience, and kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
Giving help to a stranger, sharing with your neighbor, turning darkness into light, loving God and loving people right.
First, it was the bakery, then the hardware store. One by one, the businesses in another Midwest small town disappeared. Finally, the last grocery store shut its doors. Buying milk suddenly meant a 24-mile round trip. Most people figured that was just life in a small town nowadays, except one high school senior. While most kids his age were thinking about graduation, Nick bought the grocery store. He negotiated the deal himself, went to class during the day, ran deliveries after school, played football on Friday nights, then went back to stocking shelves. Most young people leave small towns looking for opportunity. Nick looked around and decided to become one. That's how to love God and love people. And here's a quick way to wake up and level up your life. Brush your teeth with your non-dominant hand. Confusion always wakes the brain up. Jesus healed a lot of sick people, and often it happened because people brought the person needing healing, and then they would beg Jesus to help. And if you look in God's word, Jesus never looks down on them for being desperate. Instead, he would recognize their faith and then grant their request. I'm embarrassed when I'm desperate for anything, but desperation, faith, and begging Jesus to help, it's the beginning of transformation. You cannot pray enough. There's no way. There's no way that God goes, oh, you're good. No. and the sad thing is I don't pray sometimes at all. And so if you need some help praying, there's this great resource for you at pray.com. They've got prayers for America's 250th anniversary and just little things every single day to help remind you to pray and what to pray for too, because I struggle with that a whole lot. So that's pray.com or the pray.com app in your app store. It could be a celebrity, athlete, I don't know, just someone that you work with. You go, man, if I had your life, if I had that, if I had this. Personal trainer and motivational speaker David Goggins talked about that.
It's a choice that people have to make in life. But what's so funny about it is even the richest of rich, who have everything, they always ask me this question. I feel like I'm missing something.
He thinks the answer is in the hard work that people are avoiding, but that's half of it. The most important thing is a relationship with Jesus. You find purpose in him, and then that other half is then fulfilling that purpose he has for you. The good news about faith is you don't have to have it figured out. It's the same with prayer. Prayer is simply talking with God. There's a whole bunch of different ways to do it, but you can just start here with what could be the bravest prayer. Hey God, I don't understand, but I trust you.
You are awesome.
She got an unusual soup can from her food shelf. She discovered thousands of dollars hidden inside, and she tracked down the rightful owners instead of keeping it for herself. So, Gianna Dodd,
You are awesome.
this could help your friends and family move forward in life, and you too. When you ask this question on your socials or around the dinner table, it's your food for thought. Name a fear you've gotten over. How did you get over it? I go back to being afraid of diving pretty much my whole life until I was in my mid-30s and decided I'm going to finally learn to dive. It took months of belly flops over and over again, head first, because it's not natural, but I did it. Sometimes the only way to conquer your fear is to just keep trying to conquer it. Some people believe that God helps those who help themselves. But God's word says that he's a helper of the orphan. He does justice for the oppressed, that he takes those that are drowning out of the mighty waters. And when you're helpless, your help will come from the Lord, who made heaven and earth.